Hi Libra, my name is Chandler Christine. This is your September 2018 intuitive energy reading. I hope you all have had an amazing August. I'm almost positive you haven't, and I've been saying that to all of my signs because you know what? August was really hard. And it's okay if you didn't have a great month. The month of September does pose some promising potential for you in matters of love and relationships. Setting something a lot more long-term down on the table, potentially. Setting your sights on something more long-term, foundational. Venus is in our sign, and some of you have birthdays right this month. The early Libra crew is celebrating a new cycle of life, so that's really important. I'll be going in depth just a bit for those special Libras, but you know what? October is going to be another powerful month as well, so let's just see what's in store for us here. For those of you who don't know me, I'm an intuitive. I do personal readings. If you're interested, I'll link my website in the description box below. I am also a Libra Sun, so I resonate very strongly with the information coming through, and I pay special attention for my Libra family. So 3 of water, and don't worry, I will show you all of these things. Integrity, 7 of air, King of fire, 7 of water, knowledge, 6 of water, and 2 of earth. Okay, so I'm going to do this a little differently. Generally, I pull the cards and, you know, as I'm talking, my guides will validate the words that are coming out of my mouth. But it's a much more intuitive and insightful month, so I thought, why not use a little bit more intuition in this reading, and let's get some insight, Libra. So the 3 of water, okay, just take a moment to look at this card. The 3 of water is all about wearing your scars as if they are as if they're badges of honor. You know, it's something that really addresses the hurts or the hardship that you've been through maybe in the recent months. It has definitely been a roller coaster ride for Libra within the last at least 3 months, specifically, you know, shedding a lot of old layering, really going within and deeply analyzing how we feel. I mean, almost to an excruciating basis. And, you know, this is kind of this is almost like an approval of the universe, that it's okay now, you can totally go with the flow, you've got all that you need to move forward. The universe supports you, you have emotional support, and you kind of know this, right? I mean, Libra, if you feel the Venus in your sign, you're really feeling like you're just being hugged by the universe. It really kind of feels like a safety net, like a zone that we haven't been in for a while. And given that kind of luxury, right, because it is actually a luxury, because how hard it's actually been for Libra. The luxury of just feeling safe is allowing us to really expand in an emotional way, okay? And the way that we're expanding is either by, you know, releasing that which is old and no longer useful, or really sinking our teeth into promising relationships, or relationships that really do hold potential that maybe we were too scared or unwilling to admit. Okay, so with the 3 of water, we see this emotional vulnerability that is just beautiful on any Libra. I mean, this is kind of a Libra energy, though it is an air. You know, if Libra were a water sign, she would look much like this woman in the picture. You know, we tend to go to battle for those who we love because that's our job. We're focused on the other. We live for the other, Libra. So, you know, that person that you have been battling for actually, you know, I'm sensing is no longer a reason for you to battle with. And it feels really nice because you could be letting go of some, if not all partners, you know, deciding to be single, or just really feeling that independence in your emotional security right now, which could also help certain relationships flourish depending on how you feel about them. And I feel like that leads us into integrity. Integrity, you know, being a very strong kind of energy to resonate with the month of September. You know, though it's not a 9, it does carry that kind of 9 vibe to it. Talking about endings and closures potentially, and where we stand in all of it. Okay, so it's gonna feel like you have to reconnect with that sense of character or morality and integrity within you this month over certain topics regarding love and relationships. The number 9 is the number for the integral output of old souls. Let me say that better. Number 9 is the number of integrity for old souls. Okay, so what this really symbolizes is, where do you stand in all of this? If you do look past the present and maybe into the future, what do you wish to create? And that was a big indication of what was coming through last month. It's truly being integrated, because last month, though, it was this grandiose idea of what do you desire, and one of my commenters actually said, therein lies the crux. Libra doesn't know what she wants. Oh, it's the question of the century, really. But what is it that you desire is no longer just a thought, and it's no longer really out there and somewhere in space. It's actually, with this Virgo energy, becoming much more grounded. Okay, it's becoming much more realistic. Like, no makeup, no clothes. I'm not going to even do my hair in the morning. I may brush my teeth, but that's just a personal choice. But seriously, I feel like you're just really owning what changes have been made, and it feels really good for you, Libra. It feels like, it's almost as if you're just opening up, which is really beautiful, because this divinely feminine energy of the Virgo is really giving us some food for thought. Okay, and we're really using it. Okay, we've learned in the past that we have to utilize our resources in order to be this survivor in love, potentially. And, we need to be well equipped within ourselves to handle really deeply emotional issues in life and revolving around love. And really where that stems from is where our integrity lies, and there's a massive importance being drawn upon that this month. Okay, with this 7 of air, we see this angelic force coming to you, reorganizing your thoughts, implementing or indoctrinating certain belief systems. And, this is a very subconscious month for Libra as well. We just experienced the Pisces moon right before this recording. So this could, in fact, be fueling a lot of these self-limiting beliefs that we have been potentially carting around that no longer serve us, and that's maybe an aspect that needs to be let go of. This is a lot about time as well. Even though, it doesn't necessarily have a strong resonance with Saturn or, a Saturn return, so to speak, but it does have an emphasis on time and how you've spent it, and how much of that revolves around your own beliefs, whether they are self-limiting or self-affirming. Okay, and I see this man, kind of looking at you like it's up to you. It's your choice how you choose to believe about this situation. And it's a big thought, okay? It's a big thought. It's a big quandary to Libra, because this is going to set your, thought wheels off for some time with the momentum that it carries. It is air, so it does carry quite a bit of momentum. It's not very substantial, though, so just remember not to get too carried away with this. You could really take your thoughts way out there this month regarding love and relationships, as well as the kind of relationship you have to yourself. Remember, that is a relationship that you'll be reflecting on. But nonetheless, because of the airiness and the quality of this energy, it really does need to be grounded at some point. So it doesn't necessarily require a lot of your focus, but rather just to maintain the openness of introspection. With King of Fire, okay, we have a very strong Leo character potentially. We are exiting out of Leo season and going into Virgo season. And not necessarily that this fits our timeline necessarily, but this kind of energy did help propel quite a few endeavors this summer for us. And I feel like this could be a passion and purpose kind of card, where you're really listening to your intuition to help fuel those creative endeavors. It very well could have the potential to begin something very, very big and grandiose. But then again, it does have small beginnings. You can create a massive wildfire from one strike of a flame, one strike of a match. So it's kind of that feeling that I'm getting, that if you listen to your intuition now about a certain something beginning, it has the potential to create something very big. And we're going to get some clarity cards. If you're familiar with my readings at all, we always pull the energy, right? Because that's really the predominant force. And then any of the environmental or circumstantial evidence will definitely come out in the clarity cards. So, this could be a new love even. Not necessarily love, though. I mean, I feel like it's almost a different, my angels are kind of showing me that love and passion are very, very different. And it's even maybe this recognition of how passion needs to be more integrated into love for you. You're sensing this passion coming to you, and you're really trying to embody it, which is nice. Whether it's, through a creative endeavor, really just expressing yourself in that way, or if it's toward a Leo that you know, or maybe toward a love interest, okay? It's this influx of passion. But what we see in the 7, okay, of water is that this woman is still maintaining, but it's no longer a fact of needing the validation, okay? It's almost as if Libra is kind of sitting back this month thinking, and who are you? Even to your exes, it's like, and why are you coming to me like this? And if you've known someone, or if you felt someone in your presence for some time, it almost feels like you're just letting them do their thing, and you may not even understand it, but it doesn't matter either way. And if they come to you as if, they need your validation, I'm not sure if they, if they truly do. I feel like it might even be up to you, Libra, to do what you do best and uphold the justice and make sure respect is implemented before you give anyone your power. Okay, this is definitely reaffirming that you are in a sweet spot. Okay, you are in a sweet spot, and just as if this woman is laying in her own current, this current is bringing these goldfish right next to her. They trust her, they feel her, they're curious about her. And, I feel like this is a definite reflection of where Libra is, because if you are in this kind of sweet spot, you're going to be attracting some people who want to vie for your attention, okay? And it's more subconscious than this, okay? It's not like people are just going to be coming up to you, bringing you coffee and, in everyday life. This is subconscious, so maybe even in your dream time. The people that you have held with you for some time, whether it be past relationships or future outcomes that have been of concern to you, it's almost as if you are relinquishing and letting go some of those worries. And in that process, the universe comes to you. And in the process, they come to you. And in the process, they have to change the way that they've been, okay? And it's very serious, because it's almost as if, this lightheartedness comes to Libra this month, because in the past months, they've been so bombarded with really difficult and piercing energies that they haven't been able to be the fun, witty, sexy, vibrant, flirtatious Libra that really is so natural to you. So I'm glad to see that you're feeling a little emotional reciprocity, and whether it's in the relationships you have or just where you need to be within yourself, I think it's beautiful. So this is a real good affirmation that you're going to be seeing very clearly, and whether that's, energetically in your dream time, within as you meditate, I see your eyes being closed. So it's kind of as if you don't need to look around for this. You instinctively feel this, and your eyes are open. Your eye is open because of it. You cannot be fooled, and I just feel like this matches what we're feeling so well, because this is a 9, it's knowledge. 9, resonates very strongly with September. It is the 9 month, and it does speak of a little bit of introspection. And if you look at this card, he does resemble the Hermit quite a bit, though he's a very different rendition than we're used to seeing. Okay, so as the Hermit looks at his light lantern to guide him, and he looks past it to follow the beam in which it casts, this person is doing a bit of an experiment, from the esoteric means of the witchy cauldron that he's kind of testing. And it feels as though the universe is kind of giving us a test, okay? And this is just the kind of energy that I feel. Nonetheless, there is a test coming to you in September, and you would be wise to make the most difficult choice, to be honest, because I just see the waters flowing. And if you were to try to take control or say, but if, you're going to put an immediate halt on those waters, okay? So again, if there is a choice or any reflection being done, I think that it would serve you to really embody the lessons you've learned and to try to apply them in a very helpful, and progressive way, because knowledge indicates that you know better, okay? So if there is a decision or if there's a test coming to you in love and relationships, or if there is some expanding that you need to do, I feel like you can apply everything you know to this. You've been prepared for this, okay? All right, so the Four of Water. Four of Water indicates that some of you could be in relationship with a water sign. We're seeing this very watery affirmation, like the water is flowing to this person. This could be a potential for the future, potential relationship, or this could be an affirmation that where you are right now is a really beautiful place, okay? And last month I kept seeing the vision and the word Aphrodite. Aphrodite is the goddess of Libra, so, it's kind of a no-brainer that she would come up, but I think the overall message was much more profound than maybe just feeling like a goddess. When we really do soak in that Aphrodite essence, it's not just about our outward beauty as much as it is the inward beauty, and to feel very goddess-like at this time would serve you. And not only just the women, of course, for the males who are watching, this is a masculine energy, though it is a very watery, emotional, and vulnerable energy. So this divine feminine influx that's coming in within the Virgo kind of essence this season, it's going to help really balance the masculine Librans out there. But with this four, it's something that's much more foundational, much more substantial, and I feel like it could even indicate that some of us Libras are falling in love with ourselves again. Like, through these tests and through these months, I feel like self-love has taken such a back burner. And I've had to just re-emphasize to all my Libran clients, take time to love yourself. Take time to really apply that self-care. So go beautify yourself. You need to feel beautiful. Okay, that's what you come here to exemplify, is beauty. Okay, so if you can't feel beautiful on the outside, do something that makes you feel beautiful on the inside. Okay, this is emotional reciprocity and cool, calm, and collectedness. So if you have an opportunity to do a kind act, or to just tell yourself in the mirror, like, I love you, I got you today, do it. It will better you. It will literally better who you are. Okay, another thing that comes through with this card is the Aquarian influx that we're receiving. Definitely, helping us identify with some of the 12th house spirituality that we're honing in on this month. Aquarians are all about what they can give, their service to humanity. They are the water bearers. So some of you actually could be involved with an Aquarius, though they're not a water sign. That's just a specific intuition coming through. So with Two of Earth really tells us that you have accumulated so many options that, it just feels really wonderful. It's almost as if your world is kind of opened up and you have all of these eggs to choose from now. It's just which one you'd like today. You have a plethora of options at this point. We're definitely going to narrow it down. It looks like there could be an option between two people, potentially an Earth sign and a Leo or an Aquarian. Could be Pisces as well, or Cancer. So those are our options, at least thus far. With integrity and knowledge, we do see a lot of Virgo indications, but really what I'm sensing is this is just the seasonal energy that we're receiving right off the bat, okay, to kind of rescue us from this August horror. So, with the Three of Water, let's see. I want to cut this deck and kind of clarify it. Okay, so it's ready. So the Three of Water, we do see a potential Pisces, okay, coming into your life. The Five of Swords could indicate that there is some misconduct in communication. This is definitely kind of a reflux from August, you know, with the potential retrograde energy kind of sticking to you. Though these are airy energies, at least for the Five of Swords, it feels sticky. Okay, so for those of you who are dealing with a Piscean potentially, you know, this person is assisting you. This person is helping you. I feel very lighthearted about this person. But it does indicate to me that things are changing. Okay, there may be some sticky situations with the water sign. Though there is some momentum to this, I feel like the outcome is just unclear. Okay, and I might need more clarity on this because we are getting into the clarity cards and it is getting very specific. So for those of you who know a Piscean or are potentially with a Cancer, it seems as though there could be some words in the month of September, you know, in order for you to feel a little bit more freedom from them or freedom in the relationship, okay? So that's big. But you need to be very mindful, Libra, because though you feel very strong and empowered and emotionally well off, things can change on a dime. And when we see this Five of Swords, we need to be very mindful of our words because we are a sign of intrinsic communication, and boy, do we enjoy sinking our teeth into a good conversation, but sometimes it can go awry, and we all know that. Okay, so be very mindful of your words if you're dealing with a Pisces or Cancer this month. It seems as though this person is helping you. They could be helping you establish a firmer foundation of emotional availability and reciprocity. They're taking care of you. They're making a safe harbor, okay, and that's an intuition that came through before. With integrity, I really kind of want to see what this is about. Okay, so Three of Pentacles. We see that your integrity should be focused on your craft, okay? And I see a lot of tarot card readers misinterpreting this card, you know, so much. But, you know, it is not a pentacle as the other pentacles in the deck. It is, in fact, intertwined and inseparable, okay, from your craft. What you do, literally, and who you connect with, literally, is going to be bringing your abundance this month. So be very mindful of the kind of connections you make and the kind of energy you insert into those connections. There will be people who are more than willing to assist you in whatever creative endeavor that you have. You just need to apply yourself and take it fairly seriously. With integrity, you can literally see your integrity is within your work. Okay, and if you have any kind of questions as to what to do with your relationships or what to do with your love at this time, it seems as though, you know, as far as integrity goes, don't do anything. Do not do anything if you feel this way. Instead, apply it to your craft. Instead, focus, put your nose down, do the work. It will reward you kindly, okay? For the Seven of Air, we see an airy angel, you know, carrying a bit of a rosary, indicating that our belief systems are shifting on some level, okay, and potentially for the better, depending on how you see this, I guess. But with the Ten of Pentacles, we see, all right, it could be a slight gift from the universe, right? A little bit of guidance, a little bit of intuition is never a bad thing, okay? So if you get any insights, make sure to heed them. They do have a potential for power, for, you know, a firmer foundation in family as well. You know, I've focused mainly on love relationships, but love relationships can extend to family. And if you're considering having a family in the future, I feel like you need to be firmer in who you are. And this month is going to increase this exponentially, okay? So understanding yourself is the way to this Ten of Pentacles. And we can see these people having lovely exchanges. You know, there's a grandfather and two dogs. There's a child kind of clinging to its mother. So the potential to grow your social circle, to the potential to grow your connections, your loving connections, are there within these insights, okay? So listen carefully. This is also a 10, indicating that some kind of chapter in your life, Libra, is coming to fruition, okay? Full cycle, and some of you do have birthdays in the month of September. So I would say that this is a bit of a recognition for how far you've come as well, okay? And that in that respect, it's fairly easy to let go of that which no longer serves you and your ideal future, right? Because it's not just about, oh, what's in my future next month. Libra is seriously thinking about their future, and maybe it's for the fact that you have a decision coming up fairly quickly, that you get these intuitions. We don't know what the future holds. We can only rely on the energy we receive, right? King of Fire. King of Fire is a predominant force in the month of September for you. It looks as if, you know, he's smack dab in the middle of the month, you know, bringing a little bit of a passion and purpose for you. Okay, so the two that did fall out, just kind of like a waterfall, Ace of Cups and Queen of Swords. So when we look at the Ace of Cups, this definitely is new love. You know, there could very well be someone who really lights a fire within you. But I feel as though Libra has come so far that it's not necessarily time to give them the key to your heart necessarily. You know, with this King of Fire, I don't know why. I'm just not completely convinced. Though it's passion and it's this new gateway and it's a new opening of sorts, it seems as though that intuition of it being very different than love keeps coming up. Okay, so maybe there needs to be some strong communication and boundaries laid with this new love potential. Okay, with the Ace of Cups, you know, we see that your cup overfloweth, and it's with love. And not only with love and romance does this Ace of Cups resonate, but with creative passion and self-expression. So maybe even in the month of September, you are able to express yourself within your craft more eloquently. Okay, with integrity. And that's something that the Queen of Swords always kind of lets me know. She lets me in on something every time, and it's always that there are boundaries that are laid very clearly with this Swords energy. Okay, so though you may have a lot of passion and purpose behind whatever relationship is evolving in the month of September, it's very important that you stand your ground. You are this month, okay? And whether it's written word, email, text, or just simply communicated with someone, you do it very strongly. Okay, there's conviction here. Absolutely. You're very decisive. You're very clear, clean cut. I don't feel any confusion about this. I don't even feel like I need to dig any deeper. It just is what it is. And I feel like you have a sort of observer mentality over this too, because I'm not so involved in this. It's not like I have things going on around me right now. I feel slightly detached from it, actually. So, the Seven of Water. Alright, so I feel as if there's a certain subconscious recognition, and maybe this comes through your dreams or meditation, maybe this comes as a certain emotional response to, you know, a sudden desire or need to go with the flow. You know, sometimes we will be so in control and so decisive and so opinionated about our own life that we actually miss the biggest thing of all, and that's where the flow of energy is going. So if you do get too caught up in this kind of passion and purpose, maybe a love relationship entering your life, it's going to actually distract you. So one of the major and key elements to this month is to close your eyes, like literally keep your eyes closed to the distractions. There's going to be a lot of noise around you. There's going to be potentially quite a bit of opinions being thrown around. And just like we said, there's going to be some moths that are drawn to your flame. But it's really up to you to lay to rest the distractions, because this is a card that he has so many things going on. And maybe there's so many options that he just doesn't know what to do with himself. So if you get in this mode, this is exactly what you're laying to rest. It is a 9, so that indicates to me that you are actually letting go of this. That instead you're opening your eyes to more subtle layers of your life and what is actually going on. This is a 10, okay, 10 of Wands staring up at us, indicating that there is progress being made, right? But you recognize this force behind you that has actually kind of overtaken the subtleties in your life. And if you feel as if your life isn't very subtle, it's very noisy, it's very distracting, it's very, you know, commanding, it is your month to take back the power and to redirect some of this physical effort and physical exertion, and, you know, place yourself within the seat of your heart again. Place yourself within the seat of your emotional ocean. It's very calm, and it has the ability to really welcome you in that safety net if you allow it. With knowledge, the 9 of Earth, we see that your skills are being put to the test, okay? And what is it that you are testing? I want to know, Libra, what is it that you are being tested on? There is somewhat of a test, though your horizons are still expanding. I don't expect you to be perfect at this at all, but there are certain insights, there is certain clarity and conviction here that you need to just apply, okay? It's the application of your knowledge, which is really interesting. We have a 10 of Cups. So again, another 10, indicating to us here with our birthdays coming up that this should hold some promising potentials, okay? Within the matters of love and relationships, if you are involved with a water sign, I see them being very beneficial for you. You know, they're helping you ground ideas, as well as this Virgo season is just helping give you some food for thought. You're thinking different ideas than you've been thinking, and maybe it's since you feel safer, your mind is having the opportunity to explore a little bit. But with the 10 of Cups, we see this emotional availability, reciprocity, and just genuine love and gratitude in this relationship, okay? This could indefinitely be a water sign, but what we see here is there's new love coming into your life also, which could be a very long-term and lasting relationship, because we do see children. I mean, I see children around you. I see a big family environment. I see lots of connections. I see lots of conversation, and it's a lot of lightheartedness going on. But then it all, again, stems from within you. It all, again, stems from the foundation and the faith that you're willing to have on the path that you choose to take. Okay, so it's again, this grandiose thing that's happening for us. Last month was probably the most vague and broad and just full spectrum reading I've done in a while for Libra, and it seems as though some of that is actually being grounded, okay? And I'm glad to see that. The Empress, okay, with the 3 of the major arcana, we see Venus, okay? Venus in Libra, telling you that the relationships that you hold now are becoming more important because they hold more potential than ever. You know, this is fertile soil in love, and she really wants you to reap the most amazing harvest. So you're making the right decisions. You really, truly are. So with 4 of Water, we see a beautiful water sign potentially looking into the mirror at himself, you know, one eye blinded. Okay, so he seems as though he's got half the sight, which is kind of funny because maybe one eye is turned within. You know, it seems like he's a very insightful person, but a little strange as well because he is a merman, okay, and he's a little different than you, okay. But we see the 6 of Water coming up to further clarify. This could mean that you guys are moving. This could mean that you guys are headed toward a smaller village, you know, a smaller community, you know, maybe getting back to your roots comes up. This is a good time for Libra in real estate as well. You know, maybe do some research astrologically, what would help you find the best home or the place of living. I do see that you guys maybe are uprooting yourselves or your family to better your family, to expand your family, has very much to do with potential future with this person and with 2 children. Nonetheless, this is a card of absolute blessings. It tells you to count your blessings, that this person, though they may be misunderstood because they are very watery and they hold a lot of depth to them, ultimately they do mean the best, and they are a very beautiful person, okay? So they might be catching some of your admiration this month. Admiration and appreciation, which is nice, always. Okay, let's get some more. I do see 2 children very specifically, so those of you who do have 2 children or are wishing to have 2 children in the future, I feel as though this may indicate that you're going to get what you want. Okay, so Queen of Wands, also indicating that time for blessings, a time for rich harvests, but not negating the natural process of things. So if you get too ahead of yourself and think, do I want a family with someone, or, you know, is there a family with this person, or are they my soulmate? You know, don't go there. This person and this relationship and you as a person are constantly evolving. And you have very deep roots, which you cannot see all the time. And there is a very intrinsic but subtle process to life. All life must first start in the ground, you know, sink its roots and absorb the nutrients of the earth and then spring up and follow the sun. It's this process that cannot be expedited. So, you know, when this passion comes into your life, when you get the go-ahead to either move or embark on something, or, you know, you're looking at all of your blessings, just don't forget that more blessings could come, right? And that it's really the power of potential that's helping you in this progress. As long as you keep an eye on that, keep your eye on the ball, keep your eye on the prize, and follow the sun, you should be very, very fine. You should be very fine. With the Queen of Wands, we also see that she has a black cat, okay? So this is indicating that you know this within you, okay? It's not spoken. It doesn't need to come up to the surface like word vomit. You can literally keep it to yourself. And in that means, you know, there's a lot of secrecy going on within you because there's a lot of introspection, there's a lot of reflection happening. You don't need to speak these words, okay? You don't need to let anyone in on what you're thinking this month. It actually feels as though your guides are saying it might actually benefit you to keep some secrets to yourself. You know, stop letting everyone know what's going on within your mind. It feels almost this is a young Da Vinci or, you know, a young Pythagoras or whatever kind of philosopher you're into. You know, doing his experiments, but just as Da Vinci did, he wrote backwards, so no one could be in on exactly what he was doing unless he wanted them to be. So I'm getting that really strongly, that that kind of sacral chakra, you know, inner wisdom, secrets, and passion need to just be, they need to ruminate, okay? Just let it ruminate. Just build that bond within yourself again, and it should help you expand when your roots have sunken deep enough. Two of Earth. Okay, so definite chills. For those of you who are still with me, you know, hopefully you're still resonating with this. I feel as though this is, you know, a very powerful and insightful reading. You know, with the Two of Earth, we do see that this is an insightful month, okay? And it's taken me longer than usual to just deliver this message because it is so grandiose and it can have the potential to affect you for a long time, especially since this is coming up into our birthday season, our birthday month. It seems as though a lot of you are doing a big reflection and a big forward expansion, and maybe this clarity is needed. Okay, so with the Two of Earth, we see that there could be some options, and the best way to remedy this option, or the route to take, or the direction in which to head, or however you want to word it, is the Hermit. Okay, and with this Hermit, we fully encompass the month of September being a number 9, one of endings and closures, healing, spirituality and solitude, karma, old age, time, afterlife, what's hidden, healing, limiting belief systems, self-limiting belief systems, and the subconscious in general. You know, you're gonna be guided with this internal light. And I don't feel as though there's much action that's required this month. In fact, you don't have a lot of wands or fiery energy, except for the passion that is arising within you and this kind of secret bond you're creating within the realm of your desires. It seems as though the Hermit is probably the path of least resistance for you to take when considering your options. If you would like a personal reading, I will list my website in the description box below. If you are like this piece I have on, I will link their website as well. I often get asked where my jewelry is from. I'm going to pull one more card here for you, Libra, from my Spirit Oracle deck, as I always do. Yes, what else? I will end the reading after I read the insert on the back. I just feel so good about this. And of course, you know, I'm a Libra, so I was really hoping for some ease this month. A place beyond time, okay? So this is really interesting because this points a direct threshold, so to speak, toward our subconscious and our belief systems where we harbor, you know, the light within. We're really going deep this month, so just hang on tight. It's going to feel natural, though it's going to maybe feel a little bit like a threshold, right? We're going through this tight and narrow expansion before we get that breath of fresh air. So I feel as though this is also a very safe card to have, okay? And if you feel at times like you're having a battle within and maybe your mind or your thoughts have run away with you, come back to this place, okay? And close your eyes and literally just feel the expansiveness and the safety that the universe is offering you this month. Don't get so caught up with the everyday drama of life, Libra. Close your eyes, focus on your breath, and allow it to carry you into a peaceful space inside your heart, an eternal place beyond time filled only with love. Good luck, Libra. I will see you in October. Bye.